In a quiet rural town nestled beside a meandering river, an unexpected rescue unfolded one chilly afternoon. A small group of locals, out for a leisurely walk along the riverbank, noticed an unusual splash in the water. Curious, they paused to investigate, only to discover a tiny hedgehog struggling helplessly in the cold, fast-moving current. "We saw something small bobbing up and down," said Mrs. Lin Tran, a retired schoolteacher and one of the first to react. "At first, we thought it was a leaf or a piece of trash, but then it moved. That's when we realized it was an animal in trouble." Without hesitation, one of the group waded into the knee-deep water to retrieve the distressed creature. By the time they pulled the shivering, soaked hedgehog from the river, it had nearly stopped moving. Wrapped carefully in a scarf, the hedgehog was rushed to Tran's home, where the group took turns warming it beside a heater. "We weren't sure if it would survive," admitted Tran, gently stroking the now-dry spines of the hedgehog, whom they have since named River. "It was barely breathing when we brought it in." With no wildlife rehabilitation center nearby, the group decided to care for River themselves. They contacted a local vet who provided basic guidance over the phone, advising on what to feed the hedgehog and how to monitor its recovery. Under their tender care, River gradually regained strength. "At first, he wouldn't eat or even open his eyes," said Min, a university student who visits daily. "But by the second day, he was blinking and twitching his nose. Now he eats mashed cat food and even takes slow, curious steps around the living room." River's story quickly spread through the community, drawing support from neighbors who donated blankets, food, and a small animal carrier. Children came by with hand-drawn, get-well-soon cards, and one local carpenter built a makeshift hutch in Tran's garden for when River is strong enough to venture outside. Despite the progress, Tran and her group are keenly aware that River's future remains uncertain. "Hedgehogs are wild animals," she said. "We don't want to keep him as a pet, but we also don't want to release him too early. He needs to be fully healthy and able to survive on his own." They've been researching hedgehog behaviors, diet, and safe reintroduction practices. Their goal is to eventually release River back into the wild, near the same river where he was found, but in a safer, quieter part with more ground cover and fewer risks. Until then, River continues to charm his caretakers with his resilience and shy curiosity. He spends most of his time nestled in soft towels, occasionally emerging to sniff around and stretch his stubby legs. For Tran and the others, the experience has been unexpectedly moving. "We didn't set out to become wildlife carers," she said with a smile. "But saving River has brought us closer together and reminded us how small acts of kindness can make a big difference."